But the Stones and the Animals with Eric Burdon, to me, they both had one characteristic, and there was a reason why the girls went for him. Yeah. Now with Mick Jagger, he had a certain sexiness. He was not an ugly guy. He was, I wouldn't say he was a dead knockout, but uh, he was probably the better looking between the two. Because
Yeah.
here comes Eric Burdon, and if you look at all the old videos, and I remember this clearly, yeah, talk about acne stricken. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lots of facial blemishes. So why was this guy considered so damn sexy? And I'll tell you why. First of all, him and Jagger had one key link. They had that smirk, Royce. They had that. They'd look at the camera and smirk, and and
Yeah.
and you knew when you were watching them, you were in on the joke. All right. That was for the girls, though. But as a male fan, I went, all right. Yeah.
Right. Right.
You see, they were both bad boys. What teenage girl is not tempted by a bad boy? See, with Jagger, I think it was more of an instinct, a nervousness. He'd almost smirk because he was nervous at being there, and he looked at the camera and oh my gosh, but it got cocky very quickly. Eric Burdon was cocky right out. He was making love to that camera like it was the girl, and he didn't care, and he was. And his attitude dripped with the guys wanted to be like him.
Right.
He was what, 5 foot 6, 7, 8, 9
Right.
ish, and
Right.
not a big guy. He was a scrapper, and you could tell. So the guys loved him. What would your favorite track by Eric Burdon be?
Well, forever since I was 14 years old, playing an acoustic guitar with strings like bridge cables. I mean, you're lucky you could even. You had to build calluses up really bad on your fingers to even be able to play this thing. I didn't realize how nice a guitar could play until later on. But anyway, so it was always House of the Rising Sun. But I have to tell you, we've got to get out of this place, and some of these other songs, even Sky Pilot. I love all those songs.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. I think they're all wonderful tracks.
And you know what? He's got a voice. I mean, who would you even compare his voice with? Okay. Uh, I would compare it with, like, for uniqueness and quality, I'd have to compare it with people like Otis Redding, for example, and because Otis Redding's got lyrics that are just like so emotional. You practically start crying when he's singing a song. You know what I'm saying? And Eric Burdon, I would have to put like right behind. I don't know if I could put anybody, Mick Jagger, John Lennon. I don't think I could put any of their vocals. To me, don't touch Eric Burdon's voice.
In a more specialized way, yeah, Eric Burdon, he fits. It's like he almost fits into the black sound, more than he does to the so-called white sound trying to imitate the black sound. He sounds more authentic than most white singers say, because that was his whole idea. Is he purposely says, I'm bringing in electric blues and rock.
Right.
That was the whole idea.
Absolutely.
Of the Animals from the get-go. As soon as they changed the name to the Animals, they were an electric blues rock band. And so out of all the and that's his words, not mine.
Right.
All right. So if you're going to argue that, you're going to have to argue with Eric Burdon. I like that title. I think that fits. And if you're going to, especially the early 60s electric blues-based rock bands, as far as just kicking ass and yet still sounding pop, all right? Even the Stones didn't catch on as quick as Eric Burdon and the Animals. All right, the Animals had it, the whole package right away. The Stones had to figure out their gig, because basically at first, even when they invaded America, folks, the Stones were a blues cover band. Okay,
Yes, that's right.
that's
right.
what they did, and they were good at what
Right.
they did. They were excellent. But
Sure.
this was, let's develop our own material. Let's develop here's the sound. Here's the package.
Yeah.
As clear and concise and as easily identifiable as the Beatles sound.
John Lennon nicknamed Eric Burdon the Eggman because of a situation that John Lennon had heard about, where apparently fellatio was being performed with food on Eric Burdon, so he named him the Eggman.
Well, yeah, what John actually did is he was trying to encourage Eric to tell him every detail of this egg being poured over him while he's butt naked in the kitchen by a beautiful woman that ended up even more entangled than that. And what John said was, get it, Eggman. Get it. He was egging him on.
Right.
Right?
But that's
I love it. What a story.